This is downtown living at its best, if you ask me. So the Pearl District is part of downtown Portland. What it is we're sitting on the north side of Burnside. We're in between the Alphabet District and Chinatown, Chinatown is the original downtown Portland. Then on the other side of Burnside, we have downtown Portland, and we also have Goose Hollow in the cultural districts. So they developed a lot of the Pearl District, especially once they brought along the trolley and the buses and the trains that come through here. Pearl walkability, again, most of Portland itself, Portland is not that big. So the walkability of the Pearl District, you could probably walk the entire Pearl Blocks within a couple hours if you wanted to see and not stop into any place. But believe me, if you were to take a walk down the street, along the way you're going to see the coffee shops, you're going to see some restaurants. In fact, the Pearl has 3 5-star restaurants just within the Pearl itself. A lot of arts through here. Some of the things that you see are so unique that you'd think you'd went to another country to find them, but you're here just within Portland in the Pearl District. Pearl District, a lot of people wonder how they got its name. Some people say it's because there's pearls buried in the streets for some kind of fortune type reason. 12th Street. Please don't go along 12th Street and start digging it up because there's no pearls there. Another person said because there was a clam type shaped hill somewhere around here, and that's why they thought of the Pearl District. But really it was an artist who's seen a lot of these old warehouses where artists and art was being made in these older buildings, and they said that was the pearl of this area, is having that art and those artists here. You're not going to find any houses in the Pearl. The Pearl is all condominiums, apartment complexes, or businesses. They have saved some of the older warehouses, converted those to condominiums and or apartments, and or now what's going to be a restaurant. There's also a lot of businesses, software businesses and that type of thing down here in the Pearl. And the market here definitely is a place to get into. Again, being that it had that bad name, that bad stigma to it, people are moving out of it. You know, along with COVID and people moving out of the city itself, not having to live close to work, that's going to change. You know, I've read some recent articles where businesses are going to start insisting that their employees come back to the office 5 days a week. So that may change. So now's the time to invest. We have, like I said, over 3,000 condos here. There's, I believe, 16 different apartment complexes through the Pearl District also. But prices range from a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for around $245,000, and then all the way up to $4.5 million is the most expensive one that we have, and that's a penthouse here in the Cosmopolitan. So again, you can find a nice, comfortable 1-bedroom, 1-bath, low as $245,000, and goes all the way up to probably the average median around here right now is $547,000. You have the Safeway, you've got the World Foods, you've got the Whole Foods, and there's also a lot of smaller convenient type stores, along with the parks that they have here for the conveniences if you do have the children, or if you just want to go outside and get a breath of fresh air or bring the dogs outside. In the Pearl, you have tons of different ways to commute, and you have the trolley, you have the electric rail, you have the buses, and of course you have the little scooters and bikes that you can rent too. Just down to the train station, you could probably walk it in 5 minutes or less. Any corner, for the most part, you're going to be able to catch some kind of public transportation. You're so easy access to I-405 to get into, either further south along I-5 or up north going into Vancouver or North Portland, St. Helens area. Again, you can see it from here. And again, we're on the northeast corner of the Pearl District, and you can see 405. You don't hear it necessarily, but you can see it from here. It's so convenient, so close. You also have Portland Center Stage. They took the old armory, the old National Guard armory that was built back in the early 1900s or late 1800s and converted that to Portland Center Stage. Now, Portland Center Stage puts on a lot of different theatrical type events and different things. It's one of 25 of the largest in the United States is at Portland Center Stage. So that's another historic building that you can just go in and walk through just for a tour to see what an old armory looked like. In fact, the turrets are still there. The little windows that you see between the larger windows is where they would, have access to their guns pointing out at whatever it is they're pointing out at. But yeah, they did something great. They tried to keep some of the older history here. And again, it is the Pearl of Portland. It does have a bad name from recent past, just because a lot of the stuff, that turmoil that was going on around 2016 through 2020, but now it's coming back. I say this is the best time to invest. What does Warren Buffett say? When's the best time to invest? Is when the market is down. Right now, the market is down in the Pearl compared to what it was years ago. So I know that the Pearl is going to come back. I know things are going to change. Every city has its issues at one point in time, and the Pearl is a beautiful place. Has all the conveniences that you need, close to groceries, close to shopping, close to furniture stores. You have a vast multitude of restaurants to choose from, breweries, easy access to I-405, easy access to get on the other side of the bridge to I-5. It's a great central area. Really has changed. Most of it's just from 1996. It's a Pearl District, lovely district. That's just the opinion of a realtor who doesn't know what the he's talking about. No.
Still rolling?
You can do a bleep on that. What the bleep he's talking about.